Yo, what's up guys, Lun-Gi here. So today we'll be taking a look at the new and improved ice barriers. So they will be getting support in the new Hidden Arsenal set that's coming, I think in December in the OCG. So they got 3 new cards. They got a level 2 Searcher, a level 6 Hand Extender, and also they got a level 10 Synchro that's not part of the archetype. So over here with facing off against tier elements, so we get to go first. We have about 2 disruptions ready, and then every time he special summons up to twice, we can summon an ice barrier monster from basically anywhere except banished. So we bring out the level 6 ice barrier monster, who basically negates on-field effects. So it gives your opponent a choice. They can either have their effect negated, or they can discard a card from their hand. So that's really nice. Also, we have the new level 6 on board. So if you control another ice barrier monster, your opponent can't activate monster effects in the graveyard. So that's really good against tier elements. Right, so he manages to break our board a little bit. But the nice thing about ice barriers is that you can actually retaliate pretty strongly. You can get your resources back from the graveyard. You could use Luren to bounce your monsters back to your hand so you can reuse their effects, or bounce your spell and traps. Yeah, so the deck can very easily come back. So typically your board will get broken, but the deck is very strong on the comeback. So usually it's not too big of a deal. So here he only has a Baron as disruption. Right, so we summon the whale, which is going to nuclear monsters, and then he scoops. Right, so second duel is up against Sword Soul. So he doesn't have any hand traps here, so we're just going to go full combo against him. So the boards you make, it really depends on your hand and what you're expecting to go up against. But typically you'll go Dragite plus your level 10, or some other synchros as well onto the field. So here we weren't quite able to make the level 10, but we can quick synchro on their turn into the level 11 Trishula, banishing 3 cards that they control without targeting. On board we have the level 3. He basically prevents your opponent from activating spells and traps. Well, it prevents you as well, but he's kind of like an anti-spell. So they have to, well, not spells and traps, but spells. So they have to set a spell before they can activate it. Right, so there he scoops. He had nothing but a Destrudo in hand. So the level 3 is an anti-spell. Very good card to have on the field. Usually you'll try to summon him in your opening play, but if you can't, you have to summon him during your opponent's turn. It's actually much better to summon him as the second monster off of your Lancia, your level 10 dragon. So over here we have a spell lock, and we have a graveyard monster effect lock with the level 6, and now we have an on-field monster lock against well, it's not a lock but a soft lock against sprites. What are these? Pirate Sprite, whatever they're called, for hire. Alright, so he scoops it up there, unable to do anything. So next one is against Flunder. Flunder is a kind of weird one, because they don't special summon, so your Lancia basically does nothing. Against Flunder, it's basically just a beat stick until they choose to destroy it. But here he's unable to activate any spells this turn. So yeah, he tries to attack over your monster, but you can just use your Croc, level 9 Croc, to destroy his Impen. Right, so now he uses the trap to try and play on our turn. He's gonna manage to do some things, but it's not really gonna matter in the end. Right, so he flips everything face down, but I don't think we've summoned anything this turn, so we can just flip everything face up again. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can activate Dreaming Town in the battle phase, but if you could, you should have just waited for the battle phase, I think. Right, so here we try to get more resources. We activate our continuous monster reborn. So Empen's not really good against like fusion and synchro decks, XYZ decks that can just summon their stuff in defense mode and then activate the effects. So Impen does nothing. So the two face downs don't really do anything, I think. So we're just gonna OTK. So 2-4, 5-4, and then that will be 8-7. Alright, so this is also against Flunderies. So this is how you play into Shifter. So luckily we have our level 5 Spell Searcher in our hand, so we can just summon him straight from the hand, get the E-Tally-like card, and then we can summon our Lock from the deck. Okay, so he scoops there, unable to Chubby summon thanks to our level 4, and unable to activate any spell cards thanks to our level 3. So this one is against Fire Kings. Right, so new age Fire Kings, he goes first. So he's able to do his full combo here. Right, so he sets up a Barong for our turn, so we just negate the elephant. Alright, he gets a search. Right, so he's basically got everything that you probably want playing Fire Kings. Right, so he's got the Spell and Trap negator, but we don't really need Spell and Trap effects. They're mostly secondary. Right, so here we have our Playmaker, the level 2. He tributes any effect monster you control to summon 3 Ice Barrier tokens, and then he can increase his level by the number of tokens that you tributed. Number of tokens that you summoned. So he'll typically go up to level 5. And if you play the Gradle level 8 Synchro, you can actually use your Tuner and the 3 tokens you bring out to summon the Gradle monster, and then you can blow up 3 cards on the field, because it destroys cards in the field up to the number of synchro materials you used. So that would be 4. Right, so he scoops it up there. Right, so this is a long one against Dark Worlds. So we've got nothing in our hand, so he's just gonna like do like his full combo. I don't think he rips 2 cards out the hand. Alright, so only rips 1, has like 1 interruption and 1 fusion spell face down. I'm not sure if he could have made another rank. He could have made a rank 8. Maybe he could have. I'm not sure if he was locked into anything. Alright, so he chooses not to negate anything. So we're just playing here for free. Draw 3 cards because we use 3 tokens. Get a spell search. Right, we bring out Lance here. And he's basically got nothing for us. So playing for free, so we're gonna lock out his graveyard effects. Right, bounce his fusion monster. Right, summon Gungnir, attempt to destroy the Graphas. So fusion summons again. Right, triggers our monster. Put his stuff in defense. Try to kill it, he protects. We kill it anyway. Brings out a Grapha, brings out a Silver. And then that's all we can do for our turn. Alright, so he has a chance to retaliate here. So I summon our level 7 Raiho, I think is called. But his effect only affects monsters that activate on the field. So Dark Worlds can kind of play for free under him. And I think he also like triggers the discard effects of Dark Worlds if they choose to not have their effect negated by his effect. Right, so he's doing a bunch of stuff here. And I think also that some of these opponents weren't like reading the cards, because they'd just be playing into everything. Right, so Underworld Goddess, but my Ice Barrier monsters aren't affected because of the continuous spell. If you control at least 3 Ice Barrier monsters, then those Ice Barrier monsters are unaffected by the effects of monsters summoned from the extra deck. So protected from Underworld Goddess. So he has a Griffin on the field, but the zone above Griffin is open, so we can just summon to that zone and then get rid of his stuff. So that will tempt or prompt a scoop. No. Right, so we can't kill him. So we'll just try to lock him out of the graveyard. Okay, there he scoops. He realizes that he's not going to be able to retaliate. So this next one is against Dragon Link. No hand traps, so he can just go full combo. I think this is the first duel with the frog version, Numble Frog version. It's very nice. It's more consistent, and it plays much better going second, because like the Numble and the Frog monsters just give out bodies and effects that the opponent kind of has to negate. Alright, so he has a couple of disruptions here. Yeah, so we've got that Ice Barrier normal spell that can, you can reveal 3 Ice Barrier monsters with different names in your hand, and then you can destroy a card in the field. Not sure if it targets or not, but it's kind of helpful, especially when going second. Right, so we bring back our Playmaker, and then we summon our Searcher. Right, so there we activate Zelantis to banish everything on the field, and since we use the Marince's Link 2, we can't summon back anything that's not water, so all of these monsters stay banished and they don't come back. It's a pretty broken effect. Okay, so here we just pass. He gets to search in the end phase. Right, boots at the launch, gets to bring back some monsters. We get to summon our guy. So now every time he activates a monster effect on the field, he has to discard, otherwise it's negated. Alright, so he summons a Bysteel, shuffles back. Alright, so his effect is going to get negated because he has no cards in hand. Zelantis effect, Poppy's cards. Alright, so here we can just summon Trish to banish without targeting. And then that is GG. Alright, so this should be the very last game against some very odd deck. So this one was very interesting because we got evenly matched, but we still managed to pull out a win. Evenly matched is one of the cards that's pretty good against this deck, because half the time you don't really have like a Spell Trap negate on the field, or they can easily bait it out and then hit you with evenly matched. But again, like the clapback is very good in this deck. Right, so we summon back our guy, we summon back Wayne, get a search. So from here on, all his graveyard effects can't activate. Right, summons Harbinger and then passes turn. So obviously this is game. He's just so far behind, and he can't actually like resolve any activated on-field effects. Alright, so he tries to pop our guy, that's fine. Alright, summon Duloran. Put our monsters back in hand so we can reuse their effects. Yeah, so you should see the writing on the wall here. Trish. Yeah, so Trish just banishes 3 without targeting. He recycles some cards, but it doesn't matter. GG. Alright, so that is it for the duels. I'll put up the deck lists of all the different versions that I played in this video at the end. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.